Yo, what's going on, everybody? We got a special guest joining us. We got the Destroyer BHB. What's going on?
Yo, everybody, what's up? I am on CR21's channel. Today we're gonna drop an epic video on you. We're gonna talk about why the Usos are cool.
That's right, So, first of all, we got to talk about their accomplishments real quick. 6-time tag team champions. Yo, first of all, do you like the Usos? What do you think of them?
Oh, definitely, bro. I like the Usos. I think really they've been one of the best tag teams WWE's had in like these recent years. And the progress they made is so cool. They started off as these generic face-painted Samoan guys who really were just okay as a tag team. But when they turned in 2016, they reached that freaking next level, bro. They did their move to escalate themselves to superstardom. They went from stars to superstars when they did that, bro. And that's what you gotta appreciate about them. They have evolved better than any other tag team in WWE in the past few years.
Right. And let's talk about their bangers with the New Day also. One of the greatest tag team matches, in the new era, however you want to call it. They had their Hell in a Cell match. You know what I'm saying? They always had good matches. So that's what I also liked about the Usos. Their heel turn too was banging. Remember when they turned heel?
Yeah, they turned against the American Alpha. It was in the middle of some weird SmackDown tag team tournament, like at the beginning of the draft, Dang, SmackDown had a pretty decent tag division back then. They had the American Alpha. They had Breezango, who were just extremely entertaining. They brought back other teams too. They had Headbangers in for one appearance. But, Usos definitely stuck out among those, even though they were kind of the generic face paint Samoans. But then when they turned heel, dude, everything just kind of fit, The Usos, they stepped up their mic work. They stepped up their acting. And they instantly became more than over with the WWE fan base. They were beloved by the WWE fan base.
Right. They were straight up badasses. They were just here, for business, not playing around, dress up with face paint and all that. They're just here to win championships. So that's what I really liked about the Usos. And, they did exactly what Roman had to do.
Yeah, man. They did it before Roman did it. Like, dang, bro.
Yeah, for real. And now we got Jey Uso. Here we are. 2020. Jey Uso in the summer doing karaoke. All of a sudden, he's main eventing like every week, having matches with Edge, Kevin Owens, Daniel Bryan, Roman Reigns. Man. That's something to prove right there.
Yeah, absolutely. So at the time in 2020, Jimmy Uso got injured. So it would be Jey, just this tag team guy who's just lost in the shuffle. But he won a fatal 4-way match to contend for Roman Reigns' WWE Universal Championship. And this was at Clash of Champions. And the match they had, a pretty decent match. And I think that showed that Jey Uso can act. But what really launched Jey's career for me is that cell match he had against Roman Reigns, the I Quit Universal Championship cell match. The storytelling peaked for their rivalry. The emotional value was very good. They had Jimmy Uso come back, and Roman Reigns sold it really well. And, of course, Jey did his role. He really looked like a champ in that match. I think overall that match was just incredible in storytelling and emotional investment. And I think that's the match that made Jey Uso.
Right. He even had to quit for his own brother, The story was there. It peaked. Roman Reigns was even crying in that match. Legit.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns crying on national television. Usually we don't see that type of stuff.
Yeah. You can tell that Jey he probably took acting classes, or he just had it in him all along. He wanted to improve. He's got so much of the credentials you needed, top star. He looks in decent shape, not exactly ripped, but he still looks presentable.
Right.
He can wrestle a good match. We saw that from Hell in a Cell, and we also saw his match with Daniel Bryan and Edge. He wrestled his part in the match. He can act. he acted really well before and after that Cell match, and especially during the Cell match. He's realistically sold everything. He's sold everything that's come his way. Everything that Jay is hit with or Jay does looks so real because the realistic reactions you don't get in wrestling are very apparent in this guy. He knows wrestling. He gets wrestling, and he knows how to make someone care. And that's exactly what Jey Uso has done. He's made people care about him. He used to be irrelevant, and look where he is now, bro. He's one of the biggest stars in SmackDown.
Right, and he just had a big match with Edge. That also tells you something right there.
Yeah, they had so many guys on SmackDown. They had Kevin Owens. They had Sami Zayn. They had Cesaro.
Shinsuke was there.
Yeah, of all the guys on SmackDown who were not like champion, they picked Jey Uso. That really is just enormous progression to know that Jey Uso has been picked for like a decade return for a legend like Edge. He was the guy who was picked. Despite all these bigger single stars, he was the one who they decided to face Edge. I think that's just huge.
Yeah, and it was a pretty good match too. And a good showing by Edge and Jey Uso. You know what I'm saying? And it was the main event of SmackDown, of course. Main event Jey. Main events like almost every week. That's his new thing. And I don't know. I feel like down the road, I could see Jey Uso as like maybe like an Intercontinental Champion. What do you think?
That could work. You know what would be cool if they decided to bring back Jimmy Uso and go in one of these two routes. Number one, they could have him team up and reform a heel bloodline because the face stuff in 2016 just wasn't it. But this heel bloodline has been rocking so far. And so they can give them the tag titles because there aren't many teams in SmackDown. The tag champs, the tag champs who literally are there are two randomly put together guys like in 2019. Freaking Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler. So if you give it to the Usos, they can really work with it and make teams that aren't, famous. They can make them look really good. Or number two, they can have Jey Uso versus Jimmy Uso at like a big pay-per-view. Honestly, they could do that for WrestleMania if they decide to have Jimmy Uso come back.
Right. They could have had like a grudge match between them two. You know what I'm saying? Brothers versus brothers.
Yeah, it writes itself. Yeah, either of those options write themselves. Like, dang, dude. There's so much potential for Jey Uso. I can definitely see him winning the Intercontinental Championship and having like a decent reign with it.
Right, yeah, I could see either two. Just have him go with it, I don't know, 2 months? That would be cool.
I'd say probably like 4 months because you want a guy. The Intercontinental Championship is specifically meant to build stars. Like, they used to build stars to that next level. So if Uso really rolls the title, he can realistically hold it for like a few months and just have one of the better Intercontinental reigns of like the past few years because title hasn't exactly been on fire lately. I mean, AJ Styles is really good with it. But other than that, we've seen some pretty not good stuff with the title. We've seen Shinsuke hard to defend. We saw Braun Strowman win it and then lose it after. Like, bruh.
Yeah, Sami Zayn win, and then he had to vacate it because, of course, travel issues.
Yeah.
Put AJ Styles to win it. It's like it is what it is with the belt.
Yeah, that could definitely go over Jey Uso's shoulder.
For real. And I'm even make him a bigger top star now that he's a singles championship because, like you said earlier, he's only known as a tag team guy. That's all he is. That's all he was known for. And now he's known as a single main eventer star. But here's one thing. When Jimmy Uso comes back, do you think that momentum's going to go away for Jey?
It depends how they book it and if they build. What they can, with either of those two matches, they can make the Usos feel even bigger. But if they rush everything like they have to WrestleMania and we get some spontaneous option like the freaking triple threat, he'll lose momentum. Okay, if they take their time, they incorporate long-term storytelling like they did with the Roman Reigns stuff, I think it could just be a genuine hit.
Right. Good point. And what else we have? Let's see. And do you ever see Jey Uso maybe turning on Roman Reigns? Going back to being a babyface, still being a single star, but just as a babyface, like he was.
I could see that happening if they want to write Roman off, because I think essentially Roman will probably take a vacation based on the work he's been putting in.
Right.
An actual vacation, not like a forced hiatus from the ring because of quarantine. I think, yeah. I mean, I don't blame Roman at all for dropping out of that. It sucks, unfortunately, what happened. But realistically, if they wanted to send Roman off for a while off screen, do that because it makes Jay look even bigger.
Right, it does. Making me more legit. Him taking off the head of the table, Roman Reigns.
Yeah, imagine the promos he cut after that too.
Yeah, and don't forget, they even got Paul Heyman in there too.
Yeah,
That'll be a big factor.
mm-hmm.
Maybe Jey Uso and Paul Heyman partnership, just them two.
That could be interesting. I think Jay should probably go solo for this because he's worked so much on his promo skills. So, and Roman, I don't know. It just feels kind of weird with Jay, with Heyman specifically around Jay. Honestly, I think Jay has the potential to work by his own.
Right, I completely agree with you. He has improved in the promos. He's improved in ring. He's been putting on amazing matches every week on free television. Like, the dude got it all, basically.
Yeah, definitely. He has so much credentials to be a big star. I think it definitely could happen if they book him right.
Right, I completely agree. So that has been the excellence of the Usos, guys. Appreciate you, BHB, for hopping on the channel.
Man, it was good being on here, bro.
Good show, good show. Thank everybody for watching. Go subscribe to BHB, man. Get him to 400 subscribers. You know how we do. Subscribe to the channel over here. Leave a like. Of course, go check him out. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.